Bitcoin radio, the sound of the chain.
Hello, friends. I hope you are all doing well. Okay, so let's unpack this whole situation with the new U.S. president and the crypto market.
Yeah,
It's been a roller coaster, to say the least.
definitely.
We're talking meme coins, massive Bitcoin buys, and some serious questions about what it all means for the future of finance.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that this isn't just some politician dabbling in crypto on the side. This is the president of the United States, arguably the most powerful person in the world, making some pretty bold moves in a market that's known for its volatility. And let's face it, it's Wild West vibes.
Exactly. It's like he's dropped a bomb into the crypto world and everyone's trying to figure out what the fallout's going to be.
Right, and the first explosion came from these meme coins. He launched Trump coin and Melania coin. I mean, seriously, who could have predicted that?
Pure chaos.
Yeah.
From what I read, Trump coin went up something like 28,000% in just 36 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It even cracked the top 20 cryptocurrencies for a while there.
It did, and one trader supposedly turned $1 million into over 400 million. But then as quickly as it pumped, it dumped. When Melania coin launched, Trump coin crashed by about 60%.
So some people made a killing,
Yeah.
but a lot of others got burned. It all feels very pump and dump, doesn't it? Like someone was intentionally manipulating the market to make a quick profit.
Well, a pump and dump is basically when the price of something, in this case a cryptocurrency, is artificially inflated through hype and misleading information. And then when the price is high enough, the people behind the scheme sell off their holdings, causing the price to crash and leaving everyone else holding the bag.
Okay, so it's essentially a scam.
You could say that, and it's something that regulators are really concerned about, especially with someone as influential as the president involved.
Right.
It raises a lot of questions about investor protection and market integrity.
Absolutely. It's like, what message does this send to the world about the legitimacy of the crypto market?
Right. And it also makes you wonder, what was the president's motivation here? Was this just a quick cash grab, or is there something more strategic going on?
I was just going to ask you that. It seems like these meme coins were just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
His company was making some big moves behind the scenes during the inauguration.
Oh, yeah. While he was being sworn in, his company was quietly buying up millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And they've also been investing heavily in Ether, the cryptocurrency that powers the Ethereum blockchain.
Why Ether specifically?
Well, one theory is that they're preparing for the launch of a decentralized finance platform.
Okay.
DeFi, as it's known, is basically a way to recreate traditional financial services like lending, borrowing, and trading, but on a blockchain.
So it's like a parallel financial system that's outside the control of banks and governments.
Exactly. And the fact that the president's company is getting involved in DeFi is a pretty big deal.
Wow.
It suggests that they see real potential in this technology, and it could have major implications for the future of finance.
Okay, so we have meme coins. Bitcoin buys a DeFi platform in the works. Is there anything else we need to know about the president's crypto portfolio?
Well, there are also these rumors about close ties to Ripple and XRP, which is another cryptocurrency focused on payments. There are photos circulating of him with Ripple executives, and XRP seems to have a prominent place on official U.S. coin lists.
Wait, official U.S. coin lists? What are those?
There isn't actually a formal list, but people have noticed that XRP consistently appears alongside other cryptocurrencies that are perceived to be favored by the U.S. government, like Cardano, Stellar, Lumens, and Algorand.
So these are what some people are calling U.S. coins, coins that are seen as having some kind of official backing or support from the U.S. government.
Exactly, and the president's apparent interest in XRP has definitely fueled speculation that it might be part of this U.S. coin club.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. What are the implications of this whole U.S. coin phenomenon? Is the president trying to create a crypto landscape that's dominated by coins that he favors?
It's a possibility. I think a lot of people in the crypto community are concerned about the potential for government overreach and control.
Right, because the whole point of crypto is supposed to be decentralization,
Right.
right? Freedom from government interference.
Exactly. And the president's actions seem to be at odds with that ethos.
So what are the potential consequences of all of this? What happens if the U.S. government starts picking winners and losers in the crypto market?
Well, it could stifle innovation. It could lead to a more centralized and controlled financial system. It could even damage the reputation of crypto as a whole.
This is all very unsettling. It feels like we're on the brink of a major shift in the crypto landscape, and it's not entirely clear whether it's going to be for better or worse.
I think you're right. We're in uncharted territory here. No one knows what the ultimate impact of the president's actions is going to be.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Meme coins. Bitcoin buys a DeFi platform, U.S. coins. It's almost like he's playing 4D chess with the crypto market.
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
And we're all trying to keep up. So let's try to make some sense of all of this. What are the key takeaways for our listeners? What do they need to know to navigate this new Trump-bathified crypto landscape?
Well, the first takeaway is that the crypto market is now firmly on the radar of the most powerful people in the world. This is no longer a fringe technology. It's a force to be reckoned with.
And that means what are the implications of that?
It means that the stakes are higher than ever before. The potential rewards are enormous. But so are the risks we're talking about, the potential for huge profits, but also the potential for massive losses, regulatory crackdowns, and even market manipulation.
So what's the second takeaway?
The second takeaway is that the rules of the game are changing. The president's involvement has injected a whole new level of uncertainty and volatility into the market. The old strategies may no longer apply.
So what should investors be doing differently?
Well, for starters, they need to be extra cautious. This is not the time to be chasing quick profits with meme coins or other speculative assets.
So no more YOLOing into the latest dog-themed coin.
Probably not a good idea. Now is the time to focus on quality projects with strong fundamentals and real-world use cases.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the third takeaway?
The third takeaway is that knowledge is power. The more you understand about the technology, the market, and the political landscape, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions and navigate this new era of crypto.
So do your research, stay informed, and don't believe everything you hear, especially if it comes from a politician.
Exactly. There's a lot of noise out there right now. It's important to be able to filter out the hype and focus on the facts.
Great advice. So we've got a president who's all in on crypto, a market that's more volatile than ever, and a whole lot of unanswered questions about what it all means for the future of finance.
It's a lot to digest, I know, but it's also an incredibly exciting time to be involved in crypto. The possibilities are endless.
Well, on that note, let's take a closer look at this whole U.S. coin phenomenon. What are these coins? Why are they getting so much attention? And what are the potential risks and rewards for investors? We'll dive into all of that after a quick break.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to unpacking that. So you want to dive deeper into these so-called U.S. coins?
Yes. This is a bit mind-blowing, to be honest. We've got the president launching his own meme coins,
right?
His company investing in Bitcoin and Ether, and now we have this whole other category of U.S. coins to contend with. It's a lot to process.
It is, and it really highlights how crypto is becoming increasingly intertwined with geopolitics and national interests.
Okay, so let's break it down. What exactly are U.S. coins?
Well, there's no official definition. It's more of a colloquial term that's emerged to describe cryptocurrencies that are perceived to be favored by the U.S. government.
Okay, so it's not like there's a list somewhere that says these are the U.S. approved coins.
Right. It's more nuanced than that. It's about which projects the government seems to be supporting, either through regulation partnerships or even just public statements.
So which coins are we talking about here?
Well, some of the most commonly mentioned U.S. coins include Cardano Stellar Lumens and Algorand.
And what makes these coins stand out? Why are they seen as being favored by the U.S. government?
Well, each coin has its own unique features and strengths, but there are some common threads that seem to align with U.S. interests.
Like what?
For example, all three coins are focused on real-world applications, particularly in areas like payments, financial inclusion, and supply chain management. They're not just about speculation or hype, they're trying to solve real problems.
Okay, so that makes sense. The U.S. government would want to support projects that have the potential to benefit the economy and society as a whole.
Exactly, and there's also the issue of regulation. Cardano Stellar and Algorand have all been relatively proactive in working with regulators to ensure compliance. They're not trying to operate in the shadows.
So they're playing by the rules, which makes them more appealing to the U.S. government.
Right, and there's also the factor of national security. The U.S. government is obviously concerned about the potential for cryptocurrencies to be used for illicit activities like money laundering and terrorism financing.
So they would prefer to support coins that have strong security features and are less likely to be used for criminal purposes.
Exactly, and all three of these coins have a good track record in terms of security and transparency.
Okay, so it sounds like there are some legitimate reasons why the U.S. government might favor these particular coins. But what are the implications of that? What does it mean for the crypto market as a whole if the U.S. government starts picking winners and losers?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? On the one hand, having the backing of the U.S. government could be a huge boon for these U.S. coins. It could lead to increased adoption, investment, and mainstream acceptance.
So it could be like a fast track to success.
Potentially, but on the other hand, it also raises concerns about centralization and control.
Because if the U.S. government is the one deciding which coins are going to succeed, then it's not really a decentralized system anymore, is it?
Right, and that goes against the whole ethos of crypto. It could stifle innovation and create an uneven playing field.
So it's a double-edged sword.
It is, and it's something that everyone in the crypto space is grappling with right now. No one knows for sure what the long-term implications of this trend are going to be.
Okay, so let's say I'm an investor who's intrigued by this whole U.S. coin phenomenon. What should I be thinking about? What are the potential risks and rewards?
Well, as with any investment, it's important to do your research and understand what you're getting into. Don't just blindly buy into the hype.
So don't just assume that because a coin is perceived to be favored by the U.S. government, it's automatically a good investment.
Exactly. Look at the fundamentals of the project. What problem is it trying to solve? What is the team behind it? Like, what is the technology like?
Okay, so don't get caught up in the hype. Focus on the substance.
Right. And also be aware of the risks. Just because a coin has the backing of the U.S. government doesn't mean it's immune to volatility or market fluctuation.
So even U.S. coins can crash.
Absolutely. And there's always the risk of regulatory changes. The government could decide to change its stance on crypto at any time.
Okay, so it's a high risk, high reward situation. But what about the ethical implications of all of this? Is it right for the U.S. government to be picking winners and losers in the crypto market?
That's a complex question. Some people argue that it's necessary for the government to provide some level of guidance and regulation to protect investors and prevent fraud. Others believe that it's overreach and that the government should stay out of the crypto market entirely.
So there's no easy answer.
Not at all. It's a debate that's likely to continue for some time.
It sounds like we're entering a whole new era of crypto, one where geopolitics and national interests are playing a much bigger role.
I think you're right, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out.
Okay, so we've talked about what U.S. coins are, why they're getting so much attention, and some of the potential risks and rewards for investors. But what about the bigger picture? What does this trend tell us about the future of crypto?
Well, I think it's clear that crypto is no longer just a fringe technology. It's becoming increasingly mainstream, and governments around the world are starting to take notice.
So this isn't just a U.S. phenomenon.
Not at all. We're seeing similar trends in other countries as well.
So what about the risks? Are there any specific risks that investors should be aware of when it comes to U.S. coins?
Well, one risk is that the government could change its stance on crypto at any time.
So what's favorable today could be unfavorable tomorrow.
Exactly. And that could have a big impact on the value of these coins.
Okay, so we need to be prepared for the unexpected.
Always.
So it sounds like navigating this new crypto landscape is all about being informed, being strategic, and being adaptable.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful discussion. Thanks for sharing your expertise with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the wild world of crypto. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the president's meme coins to the rise of U.S. coins and the potential for both profits and pitfalls in this new era. It's clear that the crypto roller coaster is just getting started, so buckle up to your research and remember, knowledge is power in this exciting and ever-evolving space. Please leave a like or even better subscribe to this channel, and bye friends.
Let us know what you think. Share your comments, questions, and predictions in the comments section below.
And if you like this discussion, please leave a like or even better, subscribe to this channel. Bye, friends.
Bitcoin Radio, the sound of the chain.